To Attican Plays Railway Empire. I've played the Gold Rush scenario until I'm literally sick of it. So I thought we would do something different. Let's just go out and do a free mode play, and let's go over to the east just to see something different. We can do 1850 because we've been looking at those 1850 trains. Let's do an 1850 scenario in the east. We'll let it set up a task list for us, and we will show what it takes to drive toward a task list and meet your objectives. So let's get going on an 1850 build, and we're going to start. Oh, let's see. Let's start. Let's make it a little tough on ourselves. Let's start in Grand Rapids, which is a smaller town, and we can have our competitors. That's fine. All that's cool. So let's go ahead and see what happens if we do a free mode play like this. And I'm hoping these will be good. If they are, that'll give the game a lot of replayability because you can only play through campaigns and scenarios so many times before you really do get sick of them. And I can tell you I am sick of the Gold Rush. Okay. And we'll decide what kind of strategy we want to take depending upon the tasks that we're given. So here we go. We're starting up here in Grand Rapids, and let's immediately go look at our task list. Deploy 4 trains. Quarterly revenue from passengers will not be a problem. 12 rural businesses won't no problem, but we'll have to keep moving. A lot of packages. We're going to have to go to Louisville. Not a problem there. Own some businesses, but that's the way we play, so we will. Company value, buy a company, we definitely will. That could be interesting, but we'll get there. Deploy 6, I don't see any problems here. So we're just going to take our usual approach, or pretty close to it. We're going to start off with a large train station in Grand Rapids. And let's just go down to ooh, a competitor is in Indianapolis. Oh, they just drive right in there and right off the bat. Okay, well, we're sorry about you, buddy. All right. And we're going to have to borrow some money just to even put a train on the line. So we'll issue a couple of bonds, maximize our debt like any good American, and build ourselves a railroad. And let's run 6 trains between these 2 points. Okay, let them come out. Now we'll do our next connection. We know we need to go to Louisville, so let's go on down there. And we don't have enough money to build the large station yet. So I think what we'll do, let's do, let me make double check. I think we can do a 2-city cluster here. That'd be interesting. Don't think I've shown you one of those yet. Yeah, let's do one of those. So what we're going to do is build these 2 cities very rapidly. And we're going to do that by bringing them in. And that's why I picked these 2 particular ones, because you've got beer in Grand Rapids and meat in Indy, and you've got a decent meat source for this and a decent wheat source for this. So we can build those 2 industries easily. We've got cotton nearby, so we can grab it and have a textile industry. Throw in clothing in whichever one doesn't build textiles, and then we've got the 4 businesses you need. Believe it or not, all you need is those 4 to grow to 80,000, provided you give it just a little bit of extra goodies. So we're going to let's take a look at let's let this run and we'll see how that works out. So what we're going to do is use a warehouse on our line in kind of a central location between the 2 cities. And we're going to run a line into Grand Rapids. A self-contained line, if you will. We 52 plus 52 to go ahead and build that line. That tells me we'll need about 100-ish to build the other line. Okay. So there we've got our double line. All we need, and it goes through a supply depot. That's why we route it back, hugging the other line, the original line. So all we have to do now is set up some signals. That's too far back. I'm going to run this on down here and then cross over. We don't need to hang that far back. All right. So that'll allow us to take goods from warehouse to Grand Rapids. We're going to need one going the other way off a different line, off this guy. Get over here and hug the existing one. And double track it back. Okay, now we have the ability to go from our cities to the warehouse and back. Now we need to start putting stuff in there. So what are we going to put in there? We are going to put, of course, wheat and cattle, although we could run those directly, corn, logs, cotton, and we could do sugar, but I see vegetables up there real close. Sugar would be better. It comes up earlier. And sugar. We'll do those 6. So the first thing we want to do is the quickest one we can grab is going to be the cattle supply. We'll run that into an open one. You see our lines are doing well. They're making good money. And that one train, that nice short line, it should be able to run all by his lonesome and keep us in cattle. And since we did cattle, that needs to go down to Indy. So we will, oops, set up a line from the warehouse to Indianapolis and start supplying Indianapolis with cattle. Then our next thing will be to go get our wheat. We can run it down to this open slot right here. In fact, we can come in here and kiss this. Okay. Run our track back so we can run more than one train. That's a long line. It's going to take at least 4 to 5 trains to keep us happy on the. And while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and bump these up. And just so I won't mess it up, we'll make this into a repair station, and we need to right away make one of these capable of repairs. We're going to start getting breakdowns here pretty soon. There we go. Okay, almost there. Divide that one up with supply towers as well, and then put in our signals. Okay, that storm's going to kick us in the rear end here for a minute. Okay, we've got wheat starting to come into our warehouse, so we need to start moving goods to Grand Rapids. So I'll go ahead and set that up next. So we're getting good growth here in Indy from our meat being shipped to Grand Rapids. There's the predictable textiles that have popped up. So now we've got two things coming in. Next thing would be cotton, of course, to feed that textiles. That'll be an easy one. That's better. Get on down there next to it. Get closer to your work. Okay, so now we've got cotton going in. The nice thing about this warehouse setup is, if you notice, all I have to do is push it in there. Since I have lines running, when you have these lines running back and forth like this, warehouse to Indy, You don't really have to tell it what to get. It'll just grab whatever's there available for you. See, he's bringing back some more stuff. And Warehouse to Grand Rapids, we need to pump that one up a bit because he can use that wheat for sure. There we go. I think about 4 going each way would be good. All right, so Grand Rapids continues to grow, even though we haven't really done anything to it except supply it with that stuff. The next thing we'd love to give everybody would be logs. So let's set up a train station. Now put it over across the track because it'd make the merge so much easier. But we still need to cross over so we can come back. All right, so come down, go back. Good, good, good. Set up a line for our logging. Let's see how we're doing here. We got our trains. We're about to hit our quarterly revenue in passengers. We need to run another line to do it, but actually, no, this guy, yeah, we're going to get it there. And how about the growth? We're still growing there, but it's not awesome. Indy is lagging. Why are they lagging? Well, the wood will certainly help when we get that going. This is why you need to kind of throw in the bonuses. If you don't own those industries, you need to throw in the bonuses in order to get by bonuses. I mean extra things beyond what the just what's needed by the industries themselves. So these logs will help fulfill demand in these in the 2 cities we're trying to grow. And what else did we say? We said corn, and we said sugar. Here's corn would be corn is immediate need, so that would be the next thing to get. We'll have to cross over our competitor somehow, some way. Okay, so we can set up a line to bring corn in. So a couple trains on that. So now we'll have corn coming into our two cities. We'll have logs. We'll have wheat and cattle and cotton. And all that's left is sugar, and we would have a full load here. So let's grab sugar. We can run our sugar over here, and we should be able to merge it in. There we go. Okay, that should give us a sugar line. And now we've got sugar going into our system, and we've got excellent growth. Oh, and here we go, perfect timing. We really want to put a Taylor in there if we can. That's going to cost us 500,000. So let's see if we could get 500,000 before something else is built there. If we can get a Taylor there, then we're kind of done. This thing will run itself, and these guys will grow to 80,000 plus very very quickly. You can see we're about a year and a half into it. There, and here's the other thing. Grand Rapids just hit 60,000, which is going to give us the opportunity to put in a museum. I'm going to hold off on that and see if I can get this Taylor first. I've got competing priorities here. I really want that 500,000. Beautiful. So we'll put a Taylor in Indianapolis. And as soon as we have the money, we'll put in a museum in Grand Rapids. 85% growth in Indianapolis. Grand Rapids is at 67%, and it has just crossed the threshold, and it's about to go up as soon as we have $200,000. See how we're looking here. That passenger revenue, we need another line. I don't want to do it until I get this done, which is, we're almost there. Okay, there's a museum in Grand Rapids, so that'll take care of that little drop off there. Yep, let's start growing again. It's not getting any corn. Why is that? Slow down a little bit. They need to get. Maybe one reason. Oh, he's stealing off my corn as well. Okay, just the same, we've got plenty to grow. When he hits 60, we'll put a museum in Indianapolis, and we will be rocking and rolling. So we're 70,000 in Grand Rapids. It's been not quite 2 years. Okay, it's time for us to expand. We know our competitor will not grow Louisville the way we can. We know that. Louisville, for example, has a meat industry, and there's no cattle nearby to feed it. So that meat industry's got to be just struggling. The Weaver, he's running corn in there. That's about it. Who is this guy, by the way? Doc Murphy. I think that's the one we have to buy, isn't it? Yeah, that's not going to be a horrible challenge. We could probably buy him off of what we have right here from these two cities. So here we're at 82% satisfaction in Indianapolis. We're at 71 in Grand Rapids and knocking on the door of 80,000. So I think I'm going to stop right there for episode one. That's the that's the kind of sitting in one place and growing rapidly, but that's a beautiful setup to make these two cities just strong the whole game. They will be strong the whole game, and we could expand this now and make a nice three-city cluster with Toledo, for example, would be a really good one. We could just keep going down. I think we'll just keep going down. We'll buy Doc Murphy short, eventually, and take some of the stuff that he's got and clean it up. But I think what I'd like to do is run down to Indianapolis, so we need a little money. But as I said, let's wrap up this one, and I hope you enjoyed that. That's a quick one. That's a two-city cluster. How's that for a new strategy? Two-city cluster, rapid growth. That's a quick way to grow two cities is just to link them up, put in a warehouse, feed that warehouse. Definitely want cattle and you would definitely want beer in one city and meat in the other city. Feed them wheat and cattle. Feed them logs. Feed them cotton. So because the next your next business will be a um, textile. So here we go. We've just hit our magic number of 60,000. So now we've got museums in both cities. They'll grow like crazy. And they'll easily hit 80,000 population. Now, if we want to take them bigger, we probably want to, hook up, make it a three-city cluster, so you could got a couple more goods coming in. Because these, but I think the main thing to learn here is that you can build cities to 80,000 with just two cities, provided you can get them a decent supply and get them that cattle, meat, textiles, and clothing kind of deal. Because this tailor is getting fed um, from our textile uh, company up in, or somebody's textile company up in Grand Rapids, which the two cities are basically feeding each other things that they need. So that's a good start. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps. I hope it helps. You got some ideas from this on how to get a quick start in a small space.